Welcome to Soapdish. Hi, Luann. How are you?
Hey, Mark, I'm doing great today. How about yourself?
Pretty good. Well, I'm in Florida now, not at the same location, but with Luann. So we're both enjoying the 68-degree weather, and it's 55 in Minnesota today when I leave, of course.
Yeah, isn't it amazing how close in temperatures the two states are? And, the sun is out here, and this is perfect weather. Anything between 68 degrees to 75 degrees here in Florida is perfect.
I think so too. I
Hmm.
don't like it like super, super hot, so it's
No, I
it's
don't either.
perfect, and the sun is awesome. So
And it's great to have you and Suzette down here, too.
yeah, we're enjoying it. We're having a good time.
Good, good.
Only to get better, Luann, with time,
Right.
obviously.
Right.
All right, let's talk Young and Restless.
Okay, it's been good episodes this week so
It
far.
was, yeah.
Hmm.
All right, so let's talk about. I may have missed a little bit of this first thing we're going to talk about, so I might need you to fill in. But
Hmm.
evidently, there was a fire at the prison, and Crazy Aunt Jordan may have escaped the prison, so everybody's kind of freaked out right now.
Hmm.
Did you
Yes.
see? I was gone for a while, so did you? Was there something leading up to that, or did they show that fire or anything, Luann?
No, no,
Oh,
and you and I were always kind of wondering, how is Jordan going to make her appearance again? Is she going to escape? That's what we kind of figured something would happen. And this is what happened now. And they did not show anything with the fire actually occurring. But what we got wind of it yesterday when Victor was with Victoria and Nick, and his security detail had informed Victor that there was a fire at the prison, and some prisoners were killed, some escaped, and some had been recaptured. And you know, the first thing Victor said, I've got my security people on there, and Victoria and Nick, don't you dare tell your mother. We don't want her to know yet. She'll find out sooner or later, but we don't want her to find out yet. And then in today's episode, Victor was talking with his security detail, and they were kind of saying, let's see what the officials say, what's going on. And Victor said, no, you're my security detail. I want you to do some investigating here and figure out and find out if Jordan is
okay,
recaptured, or is she on the loose. So that's kind of where it ended today.
okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I caught this obviously the tail end of that story as far as that everybody's kind of freaked out, but I didn't know I had missed several episodes, so
Hmm.
I didn't know what led up to it.
Yes, yes.
All right. So as we mentioned, the news is getting out, and it's getting out in Genoa City, Wisconsin, to all the all the players here,
Yes.
and most recently, Nicki found out here, and
Hmm.
she fell off the wagon, Luann, and started drinking again.
Yeah.
And today she ended up talking to Jack. I think it was in his office, wasn't it?
Yes. So, how the episode ended yesterday, Nikki, even though Victor and Victoria and Nick were keeping this from her, media is out there, and she was on her laptop, her computer, and she saw it. And I mean, she panicked. She said, "I know Jordan is coming for me." And so, she pulled out her little flask yesterday and was like, "Is she or isn't she?" Well, she did take a drink, and so she, got it like a Uber driver to take her over to Jack's office. And by then she was a little inebriated. And Jack said, I think we need to take you to an AA meeting. Even though you have something in you, we need to go at this time to talk to them. You need that support. So that's where that kind of beginning of the storyline today was that she was saying, I need help. There's something happening in my life right now that really put me back into a downward spiral, but with the support of friends and family and my sponsor, I will get through this.
Okay, good
and,
recap.
and
Uh,
then,
oh,
just like
good.
you were when your little ending here at the end, she and Jack are just kind of conversing and going over, thank you for being with me and helping me. And just they were close together, kind of hugging. and then old Victor appeared, and he's like, "What's going on here?"
And that's how that scene ended, right?
So
Yeah.
it'll be interesting to see how Nicki and Jack respond to this, because they both looked a little shocked when Victor appeared in the doorway.
Yeah, and Victor looked none too happy.
None too happy. That's right.
All right. So one of the other storylines is Ashley decided a week or so ago to go to Paris, and she was getting on the Newman or the Abbott jet. I'm sorry, or so she was flying over to Paris, and as she was leaving, all of a sudden Tracy's on the flight, and her sister Tracy, and so the two of them fly over to Paris, and when they arrive, they go to the restaurant, and that was today.
Right.
Where Ashley recalls, I mean, her recollection is that Tucker flipped out. You know, he was very rude. He was hollering, and he threw a glass and threw a chair, throwing furniture, and so that all happened. And so when they get to the restaurant, her and Tracy, they go up to a waiter that's working. And she says he was working that night. So they go up and talk to him, and they ask him. And I thought initially he was going to kind of reveal everything exactly the way Ashley remembered it. But then as he told the story, it seemed that he said, no, I don't remember him throwing anything or, getting violent. So now, of course, Ashley freaks out after that.
Yeah. I don't know if it's just that Ashley's kind of, again, losing it a little bit, like she's trying to find fault in Tucker somehow, and her recollection of the whole thing, it's like, it can't be me that's dreaming this up. It has to be Tucker,
Right.
And that waiter just kind of looked at her like, he's like, yes, I remember you. And yes, you were arguing, you and the man with you, but nothing like you were saying, it didn't get to be violent like that. So she says, and it was kind of strange because right before she talked with the waiter, she had Tucker on the phone, and it was kind of like Tucker knew she was in Paris. And so she felt like, oh, he set this all up. He talked with the waiter already, paid him off. So when she approached the waiter again and said, did Tucker pay you off? And you could just see the blank look on the waiter's face, like, what are you even talking about? And she's letting Tucker get under her skin. She really is. And which is surprising for Ashley. So if she's just at a weak moment right now with Tucker, and he's just getting to her.
And if I remember correctly, there was a time, and it goes back years ago, that Ashley kind of did this one other time. I don't think it was with Tucker, but she kind of went off the deep end, but I just don't remember all the details. It might have been Brad Carlton when Brad was on the show.
Oh, sure.
Brad, who now is Dollar Bill Spencer
on Bold and Beautiful.
On the Bold and Beautiful. Talk about a change in character.
I know, because Brad was a good boy.
He was. He was a good guy, yeah.
Other than splitting his time between the sisters, Tracy and Ashley, that wasn't too cool, but.
Right. Yep. All right. So, as you mentioned, then Ashley kind of disappears, and now Tracy's looking for her. So she calls Jack and says she can't find her. She doesn't know where she is. Yeah. Leaves a message on Jack's voicemail, because Jack's dealing with Nicki back in Genoa City with the whole drinking incident that we just talked about.
He's got his hands full with all the ladies in his life.
Yeah, poor Jack. Yeah, he's got all these troubled women in his life.
For sure. Yeah. And I think Ashley is just trying, because as she left Tracy, that's when she called Tucker again and said, how dare you, that you paid off this waiter? And he said, and I think he was leading her on, and he said, oh, you figured that out. But I don't think he really did pay the waiter off.
You don't think he did?
I don't think so. I
don't know yet. I can't decide.
I don't think so. I don't know. I think he's just trying to get under her skin somehow, but and
Well,
Ashley's allowing him to.
and he's good at that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and
All right.
he's like pariah on the
Oh,
in Genoa City. Nobody wants to sit with him anymore or
I
talk
know.
to him. Devon is giving his dad the real cold shoulder. Nate says, "I don't want to sit next to you." Kyle told him to leave today.
You'd think he'd leave town, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I know. His
Yeah.
only friend his friend is Audra.
Yeah, not really. I mean, that's questionable now,
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Luann, let's move into Super Sudsy questions.
Excuse me.
The first one for you is did Crazy Aunt Jordan escape? What are
Oh,
your thoughts?
I believe she did, and she's going to be coming to play Wrath on the Newman some more, and I think they're going to have her trying to get in touch with Claire because Claire is the one person she could always control, and if she can't, you know, she wants to see Claire, and Victor sounds like he's upping his security detail at the hospital where Claire is. So, but I'm sure Jordan will use a disguise or something. And then I think she'll come after Nicki again.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to predict, I was going to say the same. So I think we're in agreement there.
Okay.
So you're saying you think she'll go after um, Nicki second, Claire first?
Maybe, yeah, it's whoever she
Okay.
can get access to because if Victor's security detail is doing their job like they should be, it shouldn't be, she shouldn't be able to penetrate the hospital. Maybe Nicki will be easier to get to, but she's able to control Claire. She's able to control Nicki, and she wants people that she can control. And she was very upset when she tried calling Claire this week, and
Yeah.
Claire wanted nothing to do with her and hung up on her. And Claire even said, if you ever see this number calling me again, do not put it through. So Claire is losing touch, and so she's going to come back to Genoa City and pay a visit to, I think, Claire and Nicki.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, my next question for you would be, what will Victor do now after finding Nicki meeting with Jack?
Oh, he's not
What do you
going to
think?
be happy because, he and Jack had a little visit in the restaurant this week. And Victor, he was playing nice with Jack, but at the end he's like, this is enough. We're not that best of friends anymore. But he's going to be, I think, very upset that Nicki is leaning on Jack because Victor is there to protect her and
Yeah.
he loves her.
And of
And
course, those two have the rivalry that goes back forever.
yes. And I think however Victor responds to this, and then how he brings Diane into all this too, Diane might get upset now too, because it's kind of like, okay, I wanted to be supportive of you, Jack, so that you can, be there for Nicki and be her sponsor. But, I don't want you crossing a line here too. I trust you, but, Victor's upset now. So what happened? So they might have, and they haven't done anything wrong. That's the key part. They really, Nicki and Jack have not done anything wrong. He's being supportive and a friend to her. So if Victor sees that side, I don't know. I don't think he will see it right away.
No, I think you're right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tie in the next question with the Victor, and I'll answer both of them there.
Okay.
The next question is, will Nicki seek out someone else for help, like her old sponsor, Seth?
Mm-hmm. What do you think?
I think yes.
Mm-hmm.
A little birdie may have told me that that this could happen.
With Seth?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And that I'll make a prediction here, and that is that she is going to end up drunk somewhere with Seth, like they see each other at a bar,
Mm-hmm.
that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they end up in a compromising position where they get caught. And they're both like 3 sheets in the wind.
Okay. Oh boy, that is a big
How's
prediction.
that for a soapy prediction?
Oh, very soapy. Wow, because yeah, Seth, because he really still wanted to be her sponsor and be there, but she just didn't feel like, because he was kind of uh, going backwards a little bit too, and so
Right.
yeah, they could do this, and it'll be interesting who it is that finds them.
Yeah. I think it'll be either Jack or Victor.
Yeah, all of the two, it'd be better if it was Jack.
Yeah, right. Right. But that could be a good storyline too, because it would be kind of what does he do with it, right? What does he do
Mm-hmm.
with that information?
Mm-hmm.
Because
Right.
he, I don't think Jack would be inclined to run right to Victor with it, but who
No.
knows?
I who knows?
All right. Um, oh, the other thing I was going to say about Victor is that I think Victor's going to be upset. Maybe it's about finding her with Jack, but I think that's probably what it is. It's going to drive, I
Hmm.
think it's going to drive those two apart for a while, which
Yeah.
how would I say this? It might jumpstart that situation with Seth, her
Hmm.
old sponsor.
Hmm.
So that's kind of what I see happening
Oh,
there.
so that could, because if Victor gets upset now with, her and Jack being together because of this, yes, that might put a little wrench between Nikki and Victor.
And
And
I also could see Victor saying, basically demanding from Nicki that, you're not going to see Jack
Jack,
or use Jack as a resource any longer,
right? And
which also could prompt her to again go back to Seth.
yeah, because she's like, I still need a sponsor because
Right.
I'm not strong enough. And Victor,
And
and she
she's
doesn't,
not likely to go to somebody. I think she already said this earlier, Luann, but she's not like she's not likely to go to a new sponsor, somebody she doesn't know.
right, right. Yeah. Yeah. And she doesn't want to burden Victor,
Right.
and she needs to have a sponsor that knows what she's going through. Lauren was a good friend helping her, but
Right.
Lauren would not be a good sponsor, because Lauren
Right.
hasn't been through this.
They're too close to it and they're friends, et
Yeah.
cetera. So
Yep. Yep.
okay. So next question for you is what is Kyle up to?
I'm not exactly sure, but he's trying to like one up Diane all the time.
Yeah.
Jack said, right now we're going to leave things as they are. Diane is the co-CEO. Well, all of a sudden Diane came into work, and one of the things that she was going to be working on for some HR thing, oh, Kyle was already doing it, and he said, "Just let me do it." Okay. Well, then there was something else that Nicki was going to take on, or Diane was going to take on, and Kyle said, "No, I'm familiar with that. Let me do it." So if he's, it's kind of a weird,
Yeah.
because it's mother and son, but if he's just trying to show Jack, I can do this and I can do it better. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hmm. But
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it seems like there's some sort of a competition going on there that I'm even questioning, is he still trying to worm his way into, is he trying to prove or show Jack that Diane is not capable of the position?
right.
Therefore I am, and
Mm-hmm.
I am,
Mm-hmm.
I am capable. I've done it in the past. I could do it
Yes.
again.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
And I'm proving myself.
Yeah,
You're trying to give her this chance, but I'm proving myself, and I can get it done.
exactly.
And yeah. So
So I think he's being sly. He still has something like this up his sleeve. I don't think
mm-hmm.
he's totally, he's trying to act like I'm fine with this job. It's
Mm-hmm.
okay. I have to prove
Mm-hmm.
myself, all that kind
Mm-hmm.
of stuff. So
Yeah, because and it would, which is interesting because Diane really wanted him to have the co-CEO position, but
mhm.
was Jack that was not real keen on it, not yet. At least
Right.
give him that. So yeah, I maybe Kyle is trying to prove it to him. It's that I am
Yep.
deserving of this. Yeah.
Yep, for sure.
Okay.
Okay, and then lastly, last question: where is the Ashley thing going with her appearing to go off the deep end here?
Mm-hmm. Because as she left Tracy, she made that phone call to Tucker. Then she hung up on Tucker, and he was again playing mind games with her. And Tracy said it too. She said, I don't know if she just, disappeared, or if she just is needing a little mind break right now and just needing a little time to herself. So I'm hoping she's just doing a little time to herself, wandering around Paris. But will something happen to her because of this? If she's not paying attention to something, she's in her own thoughts, and something happens to her while she is in Paris. But I don't know. What do you think?
I actually think that Tucker's going to show up over there.
Oh.
I think Tucker's going, I would say and predict, I'm going to say that I think he will go over there and make another effort, because he's kind of broken her down now emotionally, to where he will be now come back and kind of, because he played, I mean, you know this too. I mean, he plays everything from all angles. So, I mean, it's like, well, that didn't work, so let me try this, that kind of thing.
Yeah. He never gives up.
He just doesn't give up. Yeah. He just keeps coming back and trying something different.
Yeah. And the only thing would be, if Tracy is still in Paris, if we know that Ashley hasn't left and Tracy is still there, it'll be interesting. Yeah. If Tucker does make an appearance, how that will all occur for him too.
Right. Yeah. No, it'll be interesting. I just don't think this story's over yet. It's going to be, I think there's another shoe to drop. So we'll see. And,
will she go even a little deeper into, just depression or whatever? Because she really doesn't seem herself anymore.
No, not at all.
She's not confident. Agree. She's not confident. And she let him get under her skin. And like you said, maybe he's worn her down so much now he can come back and build her up. And, because she was just so tied to her family, and he was very jealous of that. And if he wanted her to be dependent upon him somehow, he's going about it a really different way, so.
I don't think he knows another way. He's kind of a bull in a china shop.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, that's it for today. Do you have any closing comments or thoughts?
The only other thoughts I have is it's going to be interesting when Daniel when Lily returns, and Daniel has to tell her how things are between them and how things are with him and Heather. And Lucy was one little happy daughter today when she overheard Heather and Daniel talking about how they love each other, and we need to do the right thing and break it to Lily. But we'll see how that goes. But Lily and Heather and Daniel seem very happy together, so good for them. But it's going to be sad for Lily. But
I have a thought, and that is, Lily's going to come back, and he's going to be ready to tell her what's up, and she's going to tell him that she's pregnant.
There you go, because Lily's character in real life is pregnant.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, she's pregnant.
I think you did mention that earlier.
Yeah. I don't know exactly when her due date is, so that's a really another good Super SUDSY prediction.
I've been watching these shows long enough, Luann. I think I could write them.
I think you could. You kind of have to be out there a little bit to kind of think like the writers think.
Exactly. Yeah, because they usually come up with something like that, where it's just, you think it's just too obvious for Lily to come home, and he tells her, and everything's good. It just rarely happens that way. They usually have something like she comes back and she's pregnant, or she's dying, something.
Yes, something will be happening.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And I'm looking forward to, seeing more about that crazy Aunt Jordan, what happens next week.
I know. I think that story is going to get really interesting.
I do too. I think it will get really interesting, and it'll be really SUDSY.
and it will. And I think that she's cast very well. I like the old Barbara from As the World Turns as crazy Aunt Jordan on our show.
She has that look even in her eyes, and just the way she can carry herself. She does. Yeah. She plays wicked.
She's a good actress. Well. Yeah,
she's a good actress. Yes.
Okay.
And the other one is kind of, I was talking with my sister about Claire. It's kind of like, will she or won't she remain as a character on there? It's kind of like, will Crazy Aunt Jordan take care of her, or will Claire survive through all this and stay, on the show longer? So that will be interesting to see what happens with Claire.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and just kind of to see where that goes with Claire and with
Mm-hmm.
I suppose we'll have to have your sister Holly on as a guest
Yes,
guest one of these
we
days, being
should. We should.
she's also in Florida.
Yeah, she's in Florida, and she watches both soaps also.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Anything else, Luann?
No, that's everything. And like I said, Young and Restless is going to really ramp up next week. I think it's going to be excellent shows.
I agree. Okay, until we dish again, Luann, keep it sudsy.
Oh yeah, keep it really sudsy.
And we're out.